Get in, nerds. We are playing Burden of Command. So, we are back in Cisterna, uh, trying to trying to get into the city. Um, I'm not sure exactly how we're gonna go about this. We've got two tanks that we can use, but mortar is not in a great spot. Morale-wise, can't take two shots, unfortunately, and Stern is all the way over here. So I'm probably going to need to rally them with Captain Murphy if I'm going to be able to do what I want to get done. Yeah, we got quite a few squads that are a little bit low on morale to start. Not loving that, but it's not too bad. So how do we want to go about this? I think the first thing I want to do... Well, let's see what I got a visual to. This tank does not actually have much visibility. And this tank is the only unit that's got visibility into the town proper. Yeah. In terms of objectives, we're holding R1, which is we need one objective to consider it a minor defeat. Two objectives for a draw, three for a minor victory, and four for a major victory. And our remaining objectives are here, which is very close, a little shockingly so, to be completely honest. And the other ones are over here, which are close. We've got 8 turns, so we can't dilly-dally. So let's get moving here. I think I'm going to start with Rao. I'm going to move him to this unit. What I would like for him to do is rally them. Oh, hey, you got a bunch of trust. Excellent. We'll just go ahead and rally this unit. Not getting creative here. I will grab this other more veteran unit, and I will creep them forward. Oops. And creep them forward again. We're going to try to stay in the heaviest cover possible. This unit is going to move up to here. And we've spotted an enemy unit. Solid net suppression. But I don't want to necessarily reveal our position yet. Not when I could maybe potentially nail them with a Sherman. Although... it's my last chance to use this unit, but I've now unfortunately exhausted all my units over here. So I can't be too aggressive about that. Where does this squad have visibility to? They have visibility all through here, but I don't have any ability to get any freaking suppressive fire down there, which is unfortunate. Ooh, decisions. This spot has clear visibility all along here, but obviously attacking up here is a fool's errand. There's no way we're going to do that. Do I pound on that unit? It's a very unfortunate thing. I'm gonna do it. And we'll follow up with the tank next turn. Nice. Alright, so they're surprised. And they've taken a morale hit. And that's all we've got for Lieutenant Rao this turn. Let's see how the enemy responds. Okay. No movement from the enemy, so I can take a shot at them. They are pretty heavily suppressed, though. So I don't necessarily need to. Let's take a look at visibility here. Now, ideally, I want to be high... Wait. Hold up. I think these ruined buildings are heavy cover. They should be. But now I'm not I'm not so sure. if I move to one of these spots, so this spot's got visibility all through here, but due to this low hedge, visibility is tight except for over to here. This spot's same, but this house has a commanding view of this area. This spot, visibility all through here, but in terms of houses, only these two. So it's tempting to move Dearborn's second squad there. I'm gonna do it. This might be a mistake. It's not a mistake. Okay, so these are low cover. All right, what can we see? Nothing still. All right. That's pretty good news. Unfortunately, I can't see cover. I think these are only all right cover. So this is like medium cover here. So I want to be getting Dearborn squads up into these buildings. That being said, I know I'm reasonably certain that this building's clear, which means that I can potentially be safe moving this unit here. I could try moving them forward, creeping them forward, and then moving them forward, just to see what I can see. And I think that's what I'm going to do, because I don't want to be... Okay. Mortars arc down through the open roofs. What I was going to say is I don't want to be moving through open terrain. Mortars arc down through the open roofs to explode in the night, churning up dust against the starry sky. The rip of an MG-42 follows. Your scouts report back that the Germans are focusing their defense of Cisterna around a still intact church. If we can take that, we can break them, First Sergeant Grant says, his features grim by starlight before they break us. Okay. Okay, do not have really solid cover either of these spots. Let's move here. Okay, still no visual to the enemy. I think I can risk a slightly more aggressive advance here, trying to get into this building. All right. All right. Interesting. Should have gone this way, but, you know, it is what it is. So now, these buildings are still potentially full of enemies. Dearborn is still leading. I could move up one. I think I'm going to. This might be a mistake. No, you know what? I'll leave a point for op fire. I could still get up to some other stuff. I could put my MG in to cover this road, but I wouldn't have any cover. On the other hand, this MG doesn't have visibility to much from right where it is. If I get turned forward, I could set it up in this building, which would be very good for subsequent turn. Well, which would be okay for subsequent turns. I've still got a tank. I'm going to go forward. Oh. That was genuinely frightening. I'm going to take command of this squad and get them... Just the squad, please. Into this building. Oh, they can't move twice even though they... Right, because they need both. Push. Perfect. All right. So they'll be good to go next turn. All right, and then I'm going to have Captain Murphy hoof it over here and rally this squad. All right. Let's see what the enemy does. Okay. No action yet. Can I get anywhere here without being potentially shot at by these houses? Well, we've got good blocking cover here in some of these spots. So this spot's clean. This spot has visual to these ones, but I can be... Well, no, I can't be certain. And there's no cover except for these low walls. So I think maybe Thompson holds. Now, what about stern? They're almost assuredly going to have a unit here. I don't know if I can take this with a tank. I think I'm going to start by just blasting away at this unit.
Fire!
I'm able to return fire. Excellent. Then I'm going to fire by recon and weapon range over to here. Can't fire twice in a row. Alright, cool. Now this tank, again, I want to cover this area, but Thompson's squads have good coverage there, so maybe what I'll do is I'll take this tank and put them here. Again, I don't want to get him too close. So what we'll do... Alright, so I do need to rotate him this way. And what we'll do is we'll fire by recon... we'll recon by fire and weapon range this building. Excellent. We'll take Cisterna pristine. It's going to be great. Alright, that's the end of his turn. For now. He's got one more go-round. I think the last thing I want to do is... Okay, I heard a rally. I think the last thing I want to do is grab Thompson. Oh, right. Is grab Thompson personally and move him to this unit to rally them. And then can I do... It's not clean, but maybe I move this unit forward just a little bit. This is a risk. And then this squad, I can't move because I don't have Captain Murphy available. I should have moved this squad with Stern, but I wasn't thinking about it as hard as I should have been. So that's Thompson. We'll pass it to Stern. Now, the big question is... Stern's MG doesn't have hardly any visual over here. So I think we go here. Oh my god, are we not in cover here? No, we're in cover here. It's not great cover, but it's some cover. And do we press? I think potentially yes. Yeah, I think we press to get closer. Alright. And that is Stern. Okay. Alright. Alright, I think that was maybe a... I think that was a Panzerfaust. Possibly a Panzer Shrek. But we can't see the unit there, so we're going to shoot them anyway.
Fire!
Nice. Alright, and then that is all we've got for this turn. Yeah, risk being shot by my tank, why don't you? Alright, I think we're going to grab this objective with one of Dearborn's units this turn, but, or next turn, but we'll see.
Hey, no cigarette breaks!
Alright, and we have a flamethrower. Excellent. So... First things first. This unit's going to move forward. Alright, enemy unit. Alright. And they were shot. We're undaunted. Okay, well that shot's not going to make anything happen. But I've got other units that I can move in with. Oh, that's a shame. I suspected there was going to be an enemy unit over here. So let's... unfortunately, I'm having a situation where I'm going to need to kind of lock myself down here. So I'm going to bring Rao to here. And we're going to... Really? Oh, it's a freaking heavy machine gun. That's what's happening. Stupid heavy machine gun. All right. That won't do. That won't do at all. Just gonna have to have Rao rally himself because that's all I can do. That said, I can shoot at them with this MG. Unfortunately, I can't shoot with this unit, which I really, really wanted to do. Because I'm a little locked down, but I'll be able to take command of them next turn. So we're looking at a very close-in situation here. So next person I'm going to activate is going to have to be the tanks. So let's... If I grab Captain Murphy, I can't get him to here. So we're going to have to let the enemy have the initiative for now. Okay, nothing. So, let's bolster and then shoot this heavy MG. Yeah, look at all that suppression. And they're undaunted. Frickin' A. But I did some damage. That's useful. So that makes them very low in morale, and that's good for me. Now, this unit... Can I shoot here? I can. So we're going to move this tank forward just a bit.
Keep going.
And shoot at them. They can't penetrate my armor, so...
Don't let up.
So we should be good. Alright, that's the tanks. I want you facing this way. I think it dealt some suppression to them. Now, I'm wondering... Can I get the opportunity to shoot at this unit? Not really. Only by going there. And I don't super love that as a position. So we'll let that go for now. And we'll go on to Dearborn's turn.
Hey, Kaugummi-Soldaten.
Okay, they rallied. Alright, well... It is what it is, unfortunately. That does mean they're out of orders, though, which means I could potentially get a chance to be running units in this way. I really want to send a unit over here to grab this, but I don't have the right... Like, I could send Dearborn's unit. I think I'm going to have to send Dearborn's fella over here. Maybe have Thompson's squads cross this road to get into these buildings. The enemy affirmatively does not have control of this road anymore. But I'm going to need to... to shoot at stuff to get through this. I'm having a little bit of decision paralysis. Let's get this unit moving this way. Now I absolutely don't... Okay, no, this spot's got cover. So we'll grab that and then turn them facing this way. Alright, so there is an enemy, looks like an MG over there. Unfortunately, I don't have stern available to put some mortar fire on them. This unit's still hidden, though, so we should be alright. Let's get Dearborn and his squad moving forward just a bit. Alright, what do you see? Okay. That's not bad. It's not bad at all. Let's do a bolster and shoot. Nice. The enemy did not shoot back. Okay, enemy over there. If I were lucky, I might be able to achieve a capture here. But I would also love to attack this unit. Can Stern shoot them with his MG? No. What do they have visual to? They do have visual here, so if I go there and I get shot, that's a problem. I would rather seize the initiative and attack from here while I bring up this flamethrower. Is that the right call? What's the visibility here? Nah, it's good. I'm gonna shoot. I shouldn't try to get too creative on this. Alright, enemy rifle squad. They did not shoot back, they're fully suppressed. Beautiful.
Watch your fire.
Now I could potentially take command with this unit and move them over here to get a shot at that unit. I think I'm going to do that.
Stay online.
Whose squad is the flamethrower in? The flamethrower is in its own squad. Its own platoon, rather. So these swim units are badly suppressed. I'm going to take command of this flamethrower and just get them moving forward. You see, this is a smart soldier. He casts mirror image before he moves to create a bunch of different soldiers so that the Nazis can't identify which one of them's actually got the flamethrower. That's really smart casting on his part. Now, do I want to move Captain Murphy up? I think the answer is probably yes. Now that I've got the mortar properly rallied and able to shoot more than once. Currently in command is Lieutenant Dearborn. So yeah, let's bring up Captain Murphy. Just get him a little closer to start. I don't want to run him completely out of points. I think after that, I'll move Stern. Maybe I'll put Stern in this unit and hit this unit with a mortar shell. I think they're within range. They are base range 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. They're definitely within range. But let's hold on that until we're next turn and see what the enemy is doing. Okay. No additional action from the enemy as of now. This is a tight situation. I'm going to need to use Row to rally these units next turn. But that means kind of leaving this unit to do whatever they want to do. I think I might start next turn with the Shermans. Let's bring... It's a risk if I go here, because I don't have eyes on this
Keep it up.
house, really.
Reloading.
Mine! A squad moves forward. An explosion erupts. A flash in the night that lifts the lead private off the ground in chunks. No one calls for a medic. Mines. Of course there are mines. Send scouts forward to find a path. Even chance of casualties. Even chance of suppression or trust plus 10. Have the squads move in single file. Low chance of casualty. High chance of suppression or trust plus 10. Slowly advance. Hunt for mines. Heavy suppression. Keep them going. High chance of casualties. Low chance of suppression. I'm going to send scouts forward to find the path. The scouts move forward in the dark, making a trail with white engineering cloth tape as they go. Then a thunderclap rings out and sends pieces of them to heaven. The Germans aren't done either, and their mortars arc in. Alright, so that squad's in a really bad way. Well, that puts the kibosh on what I was planning to do. But I think I have a good sense this house... Well, I had a good sense that house was empty already. This house still has visual control of this whole territory. Let's move this squad this way
Shift fire. Keep it up. Take cover.
and take a chance shooting at this unit. It's not great. Oh man, actually it's pretty terrible.
Stay online.
I don't have a commander in that squad. I wish I did.
Take cover.
I'm not sure exactly what to do with Thompson.
Reloading. Watch your fire.
I've got this unit flanked and I'm not seen, but
Hit the dirt.
they're very high morale and I'm a little short and I haven't gotten a chance to bolster this unit. So I think I'm just going to move Thompson here so that he can maybe get into that squad next turn and have a chance to offer them some support. So that's Thompson.
Shift fire.
Now, I still haven't used Stern yet. I could creep him forward and throw some mortar fire on this unit. Or I could
Contact.
well, I'm still on Thompson's turn, so we'll go to the enemy. We'll see what the enemy does. I haven't captured an enemy squad yet, and I'm feeling very, very apprehensive about that. Again, I can't bring this squad up, which is unfortunate.
On your right.
This one's got the ability to get way up in there, but obviously I'm worried about getting shot with Panzerfausts. I don't think that's an unreasonable thing to be worried about. This squad can't
Watch your fire.
shoot there, which is interesting. Maybe we'll move them into this house.
Don't give them an inch.
We can shoot at this unit. I'm not going to just yet.
Move.
I should have moved this squad back while I had the chance, so that I could rally them with Captain Murphy next turn. But they can only go that way, so that's not even a factor. I think, so that means Captain Murphy's plan for the turn is decided.
Get the BAR up here.
But I need him for fire support. No, I'm going to go into that squad.
Cover.
And I think we'll move Stern's MG forward just one.
On your right.
Wow, still can't see anything over there.
Reloading. Shift fire.
Alright, the enemy has continued to not do anything.
The dirt.
If I get really risky, I could go there and pummel this unit from behind with my tank.
AR up here.
No, I can't. I don't have the I don't have the range. So we'll just shoot. We'll just shoot an enemy unit over here.
Fire. Hit him hard.
Oh, there's a leader there, and he's fully suppressed. Excellent.
Move up.
Alright, and I think that's everything I got for this turn. Oh, no, Stern's got a little bit more. But I'm going to be careful with him. Alright, so that is the end of turn 2.
BAR up here.
It is turn 3, and we are still attempting to take Cisterna back, but that is going to have to be all for this episode. My nerds, I have had fun. I hope you all have had fun, and I will see you on the other side.